everyone, my name is Bukky. Welcome to my channel. You're the one place where you learn about personal finance and career. So this is Finance with Bukky. Alright, so on this channel, like you know, we discuss everything wealth creation, personal finance, the principles and the guidelines and frameworks that helps you to have a better money habit, and about investing, budgeting, savings, and everything. Alright, so today we are talking about how can I invest indirectly or directly in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. All right, and why is this topic important? It's important because Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies has been on fire, guys, literal fire since I think December last year. I remember that in March last year, when the pandemic really started, cryptocurrency or Bitcoin was around $5,300 ish kind of. This year, as at the time I'm making this video, it's around $50,000. Woo! That's hot. That's almost 9x or 10x of that. If you had that 5,000, if you had owned one Bitcoin as at March of last year, that's 10x of your money without doing anything, without without even waking up from your sleep. Okay, so and that's why I believe this topic, we should not just leave it and let it be, rather we should pay attention to it. Pay attention to it, watch, pick the opportunities that's available for it, and the ones that we cannot pick, leave it. But what we don't want to do is to ignore. We shouldn't ignore. We should not ignore it, because before we wake up tomorrow and then the thing is 300,000. Yes, because even in the finance world, in the investment world, people are already giving okay, they're looking at a target of 100k, 300k, and 1 million, strange figures. All right, so maybe it will not get to those, maybe, we don't know, but that is why we should just pay attention and do what we can, so that we would not look back in hindsight and regret that if I knew, I should have invested in it. All right. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Click on the notification button, click on the like button, click on my subscription button, ask your question in the comment section, go through the links I'm sending. I would attach to this particular video, and then check those links out. And if you want to join my mailing list so that you can get information about current issues that we have to pay attention to in the investment world, in wealth creation world, join the link below. It's there in the link below. All right, without much ado, let's take a deep dive. Welcome back. One of the ways that you can invest indirectly now in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies is that you invest in companies that are using that product or engaging with it or interacting with it in a way, or who even have it in their in their books, for example. So a typical example would be MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is a software, an enterprise software company in the US, and in the leagues of, I think, what's it called? SAP and all of those things. This company, last year, they bought some Bitcoins, right? This year, this past week, they invested about $1 billion purchasing coins, Bitcoins. I think now they have around 90,000 coins in their books. All right, and they classify it as an asset, right? So guess what? Between last year and this year, the stock price of this company had gone up 400%. Yes, 400%. Right? Of course, I want to believe that there are some other things that contributed to the price, the share price of the company rising, of course, COVID and all of those things. But I want to believe that because they got into Bitcoin, also, affected the emotions of the investors, and the price of that particular stock went as high. So that's the first strategy you want to be using. That way you are not totally exposed. Let me put it that way. You are not totally exposed to the company, to Bitcoin, right? Because you are investing in the company that invests in it, which means that MicroStrategy, they have other products, and if Bitcoin doesn't work again, at least there are other products that they offer. So so it's kind of a mixed portfolio in a company if you look at it that way. The second way you can invest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is buying through the exchanges directly. So for example, Coindesk is very popular. I'll drop the link of Coindesk down there. Coinbase is also quite popular. Of course, you will have to pay some amount. I think 3% if you are using, for example, Coinbase, as a kind of fees. But that way you are buying the coin directly, and that's it. You are also kind of exposed to it and you can start investing that way. The third way that you can invest directly in Bitcoin would be using investing apps. For example, I know that etoro makes Bitcoin available to be traded on their investment app. You can check the link below also for etoro if you don't know etoro, and you can use etoro to buy and transact your Bitcoin and other coins transactions. So those are the first 3 ways you can invest. And personally, I also use etoro, right, to do $1 or $2 or $10 in Bitcoin, because I don't want the train to pass me by. I hope you get, right? So that is what I do. I use etoro, and then I use Coinbase as well. So number 4th answer to how do I invest directly or indirectly in Bitcoin would be investing in ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, right? So I think last week or 2 weeks ago now, there are 2 Canadian investment houses, right, asset managers, that created Bitcoin ETFs, exchange traded funds, and it's now in the market. So which means you can have that opportunity to also trade in Bitcoin now. So that way, it's kind of, the advantage of ETF is that you're not exposed to probably just one particular product. You're exposed to a lot more, and that reduces your risk, and that is the advantage of investing in Bitcoin ETF. Now I can do another video on what is the disadvantage and disadvantage of investing directly in Bitcoin and, for example, investing in ETF Bitcoin. If you want to see that video, drop me a like or a comment, and then I would give you details more about that, like what is the difference. Again, that is the fourth opportunity to invest in it. And then I think the company that created the Bitcoin ETF last week was Purpose Investment in Canada, and that was the first one. And a lot of companies I heard that a lot of investors ready to put down their money. So okay, what, let's give it a try. Also, while doing research for this video, I read that BlackRock, one of the top asset managers in the world, is also thinking about creating their own ETF. And one thing about life generally is that you pay attention to where your leaders are going. You pay attention to what they're doing, to the gatekeepers, to the people right in front of you, what they're doing, and then that is how you learn lessons and then follow them, and then you get your own insight. Now the thing is, sometimes they can be wrong, right? Sometimes they can be wrong, but then it won't cost you so much to just pay attention to them. And the 5th answer to how do I invest in Bitcoin is that you should do it in trickles. I mentioned this particular point in my video last week about cryptocurrency. So go to that video and look at it, and look at the other answers, the other insight I gave in that particular video, right? So do it in trickles. Don't put your whole investment in Bitcoin. No, don't do it. Diversify, because like I said, Bitcoin is very volatile. I mean, in 1 week, one coin went from I think around $46,000 to $50,000. Like, the volatility is just from it's not from this world. It's extraordinary in the world of investment in instruments. It's like within 1 day or 2 days, like 5,000 wiped off like that per coin, and then again it's gaining back, and then you're like, what's going on? What's happening? So it is very volatile. That is why, for example, you don't want to put all your money in at once. You want to watch the market. When it dips, you buy. When it goes up, you buy less, but watch out for the dips, and that is what you should look at. And that same principle applies to other investing instrument as well. But one last thing I'm going to be sharing is, or I'm going to be telling you, is that if you think Bitcoin is not for me, it's too out of this world. Well, I said you should put your money in trickles. Don't put all your gains into it at once. Don't put all your money into it at once. And why am I saying this? I'm saying this because if you had invested $100 in S&P 500 years ago, S&P 500 is like taking the whole top 500 companies in the US listed on the stock market, and then you say, okay, I'm buying a chunk of all of this company, and you just put $100 there, and you do nothing with that money. As of today, 5 years ago, your money would have increased by 100% or like 104%. It would have doubled, right? If you have taken that same $100 and invested it in cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, in Bitcoin, that's 5 years ago, that $100 would have given you a return of 12,000% increase. Okay, guys, just take that and think about it, chew on it. Okay, and I said $100 because I want to believe that $100 is something you can use to buy your hair if you're into or buy a shirt, buy something buy something banal that you don't really pay much attention into. So so that is where I'm going to stop. To just think about it and look at the opportunity cost for you guys, and I hope you are able to make the right decision. Again, I'm not a certified financial advisor. I just have passion on talking about money, talking about investment, because I've seen poverty, and I don't think being poor is where I want to be. All right, I'm going to see you again in my videos. Don't go away. Go to my channel, click on my videos, interact with it, ask me questions. I'll be more than happy to talk to you later. Bye bye.